Hello and welcome back to my channel, guys. It's G here. It's the new year. Happy New Year. Don't worry about my Christmas tree that will be going down this weekend. We're not one of those people who keep it up all year round. So I've been thinking about what should my first topic of discussion for the new year be. I decided to make a list of wishes, wants, desires, that I think that we as Black women should be asking the world. 2022 and going forward, these are the things that Black women need from the world, society at large, whatever, to stop doing, maybe to do, but let's talk about this. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna have to do many parts to this, but so here's my list of requests for the world at large on behalf of some Black women. I can't speak for everybody, right? Don't at me. Let's go. One of the things that I have really noticed is Black women as a whole are changing narratives, and we are working and pushing against a lot of stereotypes, BS, everything. So I thought, you know what could the world do or stop doing that could help us just be living our best lives? This is also not to anyone specific. This might, hit some different people along the way, and might even for some of us be directed towards Black women doing things to other Black women. But let's get into this. The first thing I want to talk about is the judgment. Stop holding Black women to this idealistic white supremacy of judgment. It's so internalized even amongst Black people, some Black people, that we hold Black women to a very high standard, higher than anyone else. And people might disagree with me with that. They might come up with a lot of stereotypes. But the truth of the matter is, those stereotypes, the reason that we are judging those women or any woman living the life that they've chosen or that they're dealing with, man, who are we judging them against? Who are we comparing them to? Oh, that's another one. Stop comparing us to anyone else. We don't have to live up to someone else's standard of beauty, idealism, feminism, femininity, whatever that case may be. Stop comparing us. Stop asking us dumb questions. I'm so sick of that question of why do Black men date out? Who gives a who cares? And it's not a question for us, although I think I have an answer. I'm not gonna tell you what my answer is. At least not in this video, because it's not what this is about. But stop doing it. We don't care. The comparisons are ridiculous because, again, who and why are you comparing us to these people? Based on what? And what standard? I see it a lot of times from men asking Black women about their hair, their nails, their lashes, their this. Who cares? And why are you so concerned with what women do? Let us be. That is one of the things that I think would be important. Stop hating us and then wanting to imitate us. One of the things that I am so tired of is everyone taking nuances that are often written in stereotypes about Black women and then using them to their benefit. But somehow it's negative when Black women are just being themselves. Yeah, you guys can stop doing that. And this is probably one of those things where some people will have some sensitivity to this. Stop using white tears to try and manipulate and weaponize us. We're over it. We're done. It's not going to be anything that we're going to tolerate going forward. At least I hope not, because it's something that has been used time and time again, over and over again, to try and control what we do and control us and our own emotions. Oh, and that's another thing. Stop policing everything we do, from our bodies and our hair to our emotions and our tone. That is one of the things. It's just like, can you please give us a break? And stop acting as though any sign of emotion or energy that is not expected is negative and or defines us in that moment, when we have the right to have our emotions, our feelings, and express them in the way that we see fit. Stop policing us. Every aspect of us, from our bodies to our mental state. Yeah, it's kind of exhausting to think about. And I mean, it's a wide spectrum of where that comes from. I'm not talking about sources today. I'm just talking about what you can stop doing. Stop using our disagreement as something that is aggressive. We can disagree. We don't have to agree with you. Our lives, our experiences are different. And just because we express that does not mean we're aggressive and angry. Oh, wait, there's that. So that's another thing. Yeah, stop calling us angry. Well, first of all, even if we are, we have the right to be, because, well, we're women and we're Black. And you see this list. So we do have a right to be in our feelings sometimes, but stop calling us angry and using that again as another thing to try and control us and limit how we express ourselves in this world. I have to take a breath. Oh my gosh. And the scarlet letter A that has been branded on all of us, accountability, that has been branded on so many of us as not being something that we do, when ultimately we are constantly taking accountability, whether it is raising our children on our own, to working multiple jobs, to going getting educated. Like, we are the queens of accountability. So yeah, no, stop saying that our choices are bad and we're expecting for people to forgive us for the bad choices, when we are taking responsibility and therefore accountability for those choices. Learn what the word really means. Find the people who aren't accountable, who aren't taking responsibility, and talk to them. So let's just take that scarlet letter A and move it someplace else. Stop thinking we hate men because we don't need you. We don't need you. We might want you from time to time, but no, we don't need you. And I know that's something that men don't understand, and that's your problem, not ours. But we don't hate you because we don't need you. So stop making yourself the center of that sort of thing, because most women don't need a man, especially now. And so just because we don't need you doesn't mean we don't want you sometimes, and doesn't mean we hate you just because we don't need you. Do you understand that? So stop saying that we are because we manage our lives differently. And in that, it's that thing where it's just like, stop assessing us based on your value of us. Do you get what I'm saying? Stop expecting Black women to accept the value that you have assessed them of as their standard, because it's not. I decide my value, and it's probably going to be way higher than most people would assess my value as. So don't put your limitations on me and expect me to live by them. So please stop doing that. All of this talk about high value and these things and what letter, number, expectation you have based on people's sexual promiscuity, their ability to have children or not, like all of those things, that's not me, that's you, and that's your value, not mine. I don't have to ascribe myself to someone else's value, and no Black woman does, so stop expecting them to. Don't lower our value socially just because you think we should accept a lower value. Black women are becoming the most educated group of people on this planet. So start paying them the money that they're worth. That is important. And that goes again to the value. Don't think that we're gold diggers because we don't accept or We don't want to accept the BS. And that's another thing. Oh my God, stop expecting us to carry the world on our shoulders while, you know what, not expecting anything in return, while, you know what, like not getting what we're valued as and what that weight is worth poured back into us. Like, that's another thing that so many people are saying, oh, you know what? You picked the wrong man when everyone expects us to thrive in struggle love. Oh, but you know what? You should have picked better, right? Stop assessing us and our value based on the men in our lives, or the men we chose in the past, or the men we choose in the future. Because ultimately, y'all, most Black women are reaped with struggle love expectations, but then you want her to choose better when at the same time you say, well, why can't you lift somebody up? Why can't you, be down there? And when they get there, you'll be along with them. No, nobody's doing that. No more. It's one of those things, like, stop that expectation, and then stop this double talk of expecting them to do that, and then at the same time expecting them to choose better and not support struggle. It's exhausting do y'all even see how y'all talk about it sometimes? It's like, oh, you know what? You got to lift the dude up, but don't, but then choose better. Don't have children while you're lifting him up. Wait till he's lifted, then, have the kids, because who knows how long that's going to take. Stop ascribing value to women based on male value. All right, guys, I think that's a short but comprehensive list. I can't get into every aspect because this would go on forever and ever. So I may have to break this up in parts. Did you subscribe yet? I think you should subscribe now. Click the button. I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff in the new year. I'm going to be having some chats with my older son and some other friends, and I have more stuff to share. So subscribe, and I guess that's ciao for now.